back to episode 73 of the Bobcast. We're back with the guys. And today, we'll be talking about some recent NFL news, draft news, and we have our 4.0 or fourth mock draft. Fourth mock draft of the year. So, yeah, let's get into it.
That is
No, that is a slash, actually. That's a slash.
No,
it's
you
late,
full
bro.
on stutter.
It's late. But, like, what are you going to do?
We've
Bobby,
done
what's
late
happening
recording.
in 2 days?
The draft.
Oh, yeah. The
Tune
stream.
in. Please
Join
join.
in. Join.
Enjoy your time.
Let us know.
We're just gonna be chilling.
We just gonna be
Yeah,
chilling
just join
here.
in.
Like,
Watch
yeah.
us for our reactions. Pull up with some snaps.
Especially watch Ant when they draft Makai Lemon.
It's gonna be the amazing feeling ever. What? That made no sense.
See, like
Amazing feeling
even his
ever.
college picture looks different. Like he looks so jolly in his college picture, but like
And then just that one photo.
him
at
on
the
him
combine.
on the
That one
the
picture.
combine, bro. Like he definitely hit a Benji before getting over there.
What you know about
Anyways,
that, huh?
All right, Ant. Get us started with your interruption.
interruption. Let's see. All right, so for today's interruption, I want to talk about WrestleMania past weekend. It was pretty cool. First day was definitely mid at most. Wasn't the
Honestly,
best.
bad. I can't hold you.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. The matches were pretty bad.
Not all the matches.
Some of the matches. 2 out of like
Most
what, the
of
5.
the matches. There was like 6, maybe 7. Actually, don't do it. I get it.
You know there's a wait. Also, adding on to this one, this interruption. You know there's a 6-7 counter.
Yes.
Yeah, we should try that as a podcast segment one day, in real life. Anyways, but yeah, WWE had WrestleMania. That was basically like the Super Bowl of WWE. First night was pretty mid. Second night literally carried the whole entire thing, from the ladder match to the main event. It was crazy. How was your thoughts on it, Bobby?
I thought it was first night definitely underperformed. I think I liked the Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre match for sure. That was definitely a good match. And I'm not trying to sound like a sexist, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Did not really pay attention to any of the women's matches.
Me neither.
I really didn't pay attention. Main event was cool. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. I wish Pat McAfee was never a part of the storyline, just for him to, get kicked out of it. And yeah, it was whatever. Night 1 was whatever. It happened, and then night two, I feel like all the matches hit. It started off with Oba and Brock.
Yep.
Brock retiring after he lost to Oba. For the people that don't know wrestling or WWE, Oba Femi beat Brock Lesnar, and then Brock Lesnar retired right after. It wasn't even planned. I don't think it was planned, at least, but it seems like he's pretty much done with his career as a wrestler, and who knows, he might be hunting deer now that we're speaking. So, and the ladder match was really good. I really liked the ladder match. Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill match was pretty good. Dom and Finn had a pretty good match. Trick Williams is new United States champion, so that's fun to see. And then Roman finally being back on top. So yeah, I feel like night 2 for sure carried. Overall, the whole weekend it was alright. It was alright. It was an alright weekend. Night 2 carried though.
For sure. All right, let's keep it rolling.
Just
What are you signaling?
all right. What do we just do? Let's get on to the NFL news. And
Oh, question.
yeah.
Why is the NFL draft so unpredictable?
Oh,
Nice. Look at me, you're catching that.
you
Anyways,
caught it a little too late. I can't hold you.
Yeah, you caught it late, so X.
Caught it late.
the X.
Small
Then
X. It gets a small X.
Why didn't any of y'all say
Because
anything, huh?
I completely forgot about that.
Small X,
So
small X.
Oh, so he didn't get a bigger X for. Okay.
No, you're the strip
You know
guy.
what, alright.
You're the one that gets us on the track. So
yeah, you were supposed to stop me
rest.
before I went on to the
I rest, I
news.
guess.
So why is it,
Perez.
Bobby? Why do you think it's so
I
unpredictable?
think it's just so unpredictable because you really don't know what a team needs in the moment, other than like
Yeah,
the top five
it's
picks. I feel like once you get to like 12 and later, like it just becomes such a fetch quest of which player is gonna go here.
and it's
And
also because of these private meetings. Like I
yeah,
mentioned
that
it
could
a
be.
couple episodes ago. Who no one knew that the Panthers had Bryce Young working out with Ted McMillan and Cali till we drafted him.
Hmm.
Like things like
And
that are what
actual
makes it
footage came
unpredictable
out
as
as well.
well. Yeah, it's funny that the footage came out after we drafted him.
Thank
Like we,
God.
we kept it secret.
Because if the just imagine if the vid came out beforehand, tamper immediately.
Yeah. No,
But
not really. We could just say they're friends.
if you think about it, they already meet beforehand.
Hmm.
Just put in a good word.
Yeah, and then the trades can come out of nowhere and mess up a whole mock draft.
Mm.
Like, there's a couple teams that want to move up, and a lot of teams want to move back. Actually, I've been seeing that today, and we'll see. I think there's one that I feel like really will, and that's the Cowboys. They said they would
They
like to
honestly
trade
need to
up,
move up. They need to move up.
and that would be to get either Sonny Styles, either David Bailey or Arvell, and then Mansour Delane.
Yeah,
Any of
because
those guys would be worth
yeah,
trading 12 and 20 up to what the highest. Maybe the
four,
Cardinals might trade back.
three.
Titans
I
could.
did see that for the Cardinals.
I seen that also the Commanders because they don't have that many draft picks are willing to move back if they can get a nice little haul. Seahawks GM John Snyder came out today and said the Seahawks will move back from 32 because they only have four
Wow.
draft picks this
So I
year.
said move back. Yeah, they only have four. I saw that earlier
So
today.
that could be if Ty Simpson doesn't go in the top 30, that could be one that spot where like the Jets or the Cardinals trade up into 32. I don't know if the Seahawks would trade with the Cardinals though, but we've
Nah,
seen it
you
multiple
don't.
times where teams do. Um, so yeah, it's just the trades, team fits, private meetings, all of those make the draft unpredictable. And like Bobby said, but this draft is weird because it gets weird at two.
Yeah, honestly, it does.
It gets weird at two.
You never know. Like Ty Simpson might be selected at two for some
Yeah,
odd reason.
he might go
For some odd
16.
reason.
He might actually go 16 the more I look into it. And also, I just want to say this now. We pre-made this mock draft on the 20th before the news of Jamal McCoy's knee came out and how he might not even go in the first two rounds anymore.
McCoy knee.
So,
His stock rose up and then it immediately came right back down to earth.
like they're like, "Oh yeah, he had a good
And
pro
worse,
day. His stock's up." And
nope.
then yeah, he's back
They
down. So,
describe on what had transpired.
yeah, so we'll see, but we've seen some good prospects fall because of injuries and then they're still good in the league like N'Kobe Dean, last year Will Johnson, so if Jamal McCoy can fall to the Panthers in the second round,
That's first
hey,
round
I,
talent
I
there.
I don't care if we got to redshirt him for his rookie year.
That's first round talent there.
If you believe he could be one of those corners and you're willing to lose a year or at least half a year on him, I think it's worth it.
I don't honestly. I feel like Dan Morgan's the type of GM that doesn't get scared on
He doesn't. He don't care
what
about
type of
injuries,
injury.
and if and we brought him in, so we definitely got a look on his knee. Or what if this talk is the Panthers team doctors trying to get him to fall to them? You see this all the time where
Yeah, you do. You do see it happen.
teams would like send out private messages to get guys stocks to fall or even rise, so
Yeah,
guys can fall to them. So what if this is us trying to make him fall to us?
right. That it's clever.
And
It's
then and then out of nowhere
always
he's
been a
just all
thing.
healthy.
Oh, his knee's fine. His knee's
Yeah, and it's
Hey,
legal to do it.
I was about to say, although you don't get that, what for sure, fifth year option for him.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't mind paying a guy like that, if especially if he pans out.
because I'm pretty sure. I'm thinking now Dylan Thieneman will be a Viking.
Yeah,
It's looking like it.
they need a safety so bad. But
But
like
yeah,
DJ said, this mock draft was made yesterday
yeah.
because
Before Jamal McCoy's needed a bone plug in his knee, whatever that is.
Bone plug.
Like that, like are they filling in his knee with like fake bone? If they're doing
Probably.
that, don't even put on your Panthers uniform. Don't come to the team if they got to do that.
Shoot, I was just going drafted at that point.
I gotta find out what a bone plug is. Like,
I don't know
It's
what that
probably to
is
plug
at
up
all.
some
I don't.
some piece of bone that he's missing.
I've never heard of that in my life. I literally asked DJ, "What is that?"
bone plug segment of bone either from the patient or a donor to
Mm,
anchor ligament repairs or fill bone defects. It's commonly used in ACL reconstruction.
interesting.
Interesting.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. That's that's just
Well, I mean,
weird.
it
Bone
really
plug.
is that
It
interesting.
is interesting. Like I've never
It's
heard of
I
that
think it's the
before.
name of it. Bone plug.
Bone. Say it again.
Bone plug.
Yuck.
That's
It sounds
crazy.
nasty.
Sounds like someone you go to for bones.
And they plug. They plug it.
They
They
Yeah.
plug it.
plug bones.
But that all Jamon McCoy is the only one that I can think of that stock is dropping. I've seen Traden Stukes and Jalen Kilgore will go earlier than expected. So
Yeah, you sent me that text earlier.
I was like, bruh,
I was like, dog, ain't no way. Well, we never mentioned trading Stukes, but just know he's on our radar.
he's on our radar for sure. AJ Halsey is as well. Panthers fans
Yeah,
are one of him because he could play the nickel. But
that's fair.
you'll be hearing us talk more about our teams and just what teams need on the draft stream.
Yeah, we'll be doing that for sure.
And now
Now
let's just get
we
into.
can get into the news.
There's no news.
There's no news, really.
There's no news. Yeah, there's no news.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
basically touched upon it.
Yeah, we touched on it.
yeah, kind of. Yeah,
So
like
I didn't see anything like NFL
I
related.
think
Only thing I
like
seen was like an Aaron Rodgers thing, like where the
oh,
Steelers
I
haven't
did
heard
see
back from him.
what's
I
it
don't think
called?
they'll ever hear back from him until training camp. Because
You
I did
mean
what
see that.
after? You mean after
after?
training camp?
Because what's starting mini camp?
Yep. Right. Yeah.
We're in that time right now. So
I did see that Puka did get released from rehab. Not too sure if that's 100%
that's
true or
true.
not. That is true. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh my,
He looks.
that what a contract! If the Cardinals were to select Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love at 3, which gained some traction, he would get a 4-year, 50.5 million fully guaranteed deal.
Wow. So
Cardinals.
that means he's getting
I did see
paid
that. Someone did put him as a mock draft
about
for that
nine
pick. So
I guess there
nine
was actually some news. I'm looking
11.
at it now. AJ Brown is basically going to be a Patriot on June 1st. Uh,
I heard that.
yeah, he's going to be a Patriot. Not rumored. He's going to be
No,
a
going to
Patriot.
like
be.
he's literally gonna be a
Yes,
Patriot
he's going to be a Patriot. His wife already bought a house, or they already bought a
in
house.
in
I was about
that
to say,
area.
damn.
Yeah, so like he's going to be a Patriot, but they're waiting till after June 1st
He's gonna be
so
the
he can
next
get a new
Diggs,
deal.
bro. Stephon
Look at that! Look at
Diggs.
that! Look at that! Look at that! Well, bye bye AJ
Um,
Brown.
what else was there? Odell was in the building
Yeah,
with the
he's gonna
Giants
work out
today.
with the
Like
Giants. I saw that.
that was out of nowhere. I was just on the phone with my dad, and I was like, "Odell's
Okay.
working out with the Giants."
I think he said he was willing to take a contract if they did offer him.
I mean, brother, at this point, you just need to stay in the league.
Because
Who gives-
I did see like a little
who cares about the
podcast.
contract?
It was either them or like I forgot what other team he was saying. But shoot, I wouldn't be surprised. Comes back to the Giants.
Trent Williams got an extension, 25 a year,
Did I did see that earlier this morning.
so
Wow.
he got what he wanted. And then Alec Pierce will be out for 3 months.
For what? What did he do?
Um, Underwent an ankle procedure that would sideline him for roughly 3 months. Should be ready for training camp.
I was about to say he'll be ready for training camp.
But guys get paid, and look what happens. And I bet that ankle injury is going to be recurring this season.
It's either they play bad or they get injured. It's one or the other, or it's both.
Like, watch, Brandon Aubrey just got paid. He might miss like 10 field goals this year
I hope he
just because he
misses
got
like
paid.
15.
Just because he
Because
got paid. Like,
didn't bro want like 15 mil as a kicker
yeah.
or like some
And
outrageous,
they ended up giving him a 7 a year.
That's crazy.
ridiculous,
For a
ridiculous,
kicker. For a kicker.
ridiculous.
I'd rather just get a
He's one of the
UDFA
best
for
kickers.
for like two
I'd rather get
million.
a kicker from the UFL.
Yeah,
How about that?
Rodrigo Blankenship is in the UFL.
Literally.
I'd rather go get him for 2 year
Dang, I remember
minimum.
hearing about him.
So
Blankenship?
stupid.
But
Oh my
yeah,
god, I made
let's get into this mock draft. It's gonna go the same ways as the last time, where we alternate picks. We give little reasonings why, and let's just get into this.
DJ.
Yes, as I am first, and obviously we all know who's going number one is going to be Fernando Mendoza. There's not really much to say about this. The Raiders are going to take him. Kirk Cousins already said Fernando Mendoza is going to be a good teammate. So basically, this is set in stone. And I think I like what they're doing. They brought in Kirk Cousins so Mendoza doesn't have to start right away, and I don't think he's going to. So he's actually going to get time to develop instead of being thrown into the fire, especially the fire of the Raiders. So I actually like this, and obviously he's not attending the draft because he said it today. He wants to be home with the people that got him through his football journey. So even though he could have invited them all to the green room, unless it's like a big old family. Unless it's like a big old family, I think he could have invited them to the green room.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was it for you. All right. Well, for me, I gave the Jets David Bailey as he's gained some traction over the last couple weeks. I do think that they need some edge help. Um, it is a toss up between him and Arvell, but I had to ask DJ, and I also assumed in my brain that David Bailey's more of an NFL ready prospect at his position, and Arvell would probably have to adjust into being more of an edge than a linebacker. So David Bailey's his combine performance was pretty good from what I remember, and he's been he's skyrocketed. His stock has skyrocketed up to this point. So I could see him getting selected at two. He honestly has a range from like 2 to 7, maybe 8.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him going any later than 8 or 9.
The
But
Saints, yeah.
yeah, I don't see him getting out of that range. But if he goes two, wouldn't be surprised there. If Arvell goes two, wouldn't be surprised there either. But I just think David Bailey would be the right selection for the Jets, especially since they couldn't produce a lot of sacks or turnovers, specifically interceptions. But David Bailey doesn't do that often. So um, I picked David Bailey for number two for the New York Jets.
Uh, yep. And now to me. For pick three for the Cardinals, I have them taking, funny to say, Togafau Reese, uh, linebacker from Ohio State. As Bobby did say before, he's not as completed or like he's not as ready for the NFL as
David
forgot his
Bailey.
name
David Bailey.
as David Bailey. Sorry. But I do think putting him under Josh Sweat's Josh Sweat's wing, I feel like he would be more prepared. So I think that'll be a nice BPA pick for them. And yeah,
Yeah, this definitely would be BPA for them.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you do honestly just take the next best
yeah,
player.
the next
Arvell is
best player.
definitely the next best player in that
As at
position.
pick four, I changed up here. Usually you see Jeremiah Love here. I gave the Titans Cardinal Tate. I was looking at their roster. Obviously, they have guys like Calvin Ridley. He could be injury prone. He can come in and make a few plays. And they brought in Wandale. They got Elike Manor. They got Chimere Dike. But none of those guys are really like true number ones. And Cardinal Tate can be that number one option. You could throw him jump balls. He can run the seams. You got many things that you can do with Carnell Tate, and I was looking at what I was basically between Jeremiah Love and Carnell Tate here, and I was listening to what Brian Daboll said, and from what I interpreted, it seems like they want to be a little more pass first and build a run off of it. And you would need a wide receiver like Carnell Tate in a heavy passing offense. So I have Carnell Tate going to the Tennessee Titans. Yeah. Plus I even mentioned it in our last video, but to me, I said this just reminded me of the Panthers last year at 8, where everyone is 100% sure that this is going to be a a defensive player. Like they're like, oh yeah, obviously last year was Jalen Walker. I seen some Michaels. There was a different variety, but in like a low amount of mocks, you've seen like Tetaroa or any offensive player to us, but yeah, this year, like everyone's so sure the Giants are taking Sonny Styles that I can see them taking Jeremiah Love just because he's there.
Right.
All right, and so the next pick 6. I get it. Oh, 6, 7. Sorry, I had to say it. Anyways, I have the Browns taking Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State. I think Tyson would be a very good pick for the Browns, as he's decently tall. He's only 6'2" coming in at 203 pounds. Ooh, almost at 30. Um, he's very light on his feet, has strong and reliable hands. Will be a nice route runner and separator. Um, he's also very versatile, being able to play on both the inside and the outside. Um, and uh, what were we talking about? We're talking about something earlier. GMs. We're talking about GMs. Having going to like trainings. The Browns the Browns GM, Andrew Berry was attending his private workout, and he really likes him despite of all his injuries. I think he had like a bunch of leg injuries, torn ACL, something was with his Achilles. It was a bunch, but yeah, the GM really likes him, even though he does have a lot of injuries. So I think it'll be a nice little addition to the wide receiver room, going along with I forgot the other wide receivers.
Jerry Judy.
Jerry
Yeah,
Judy.
Jerry Judy. Also, the GM did say that they would be able to produce a wide receiver now, especially with their new head coach in Todd Monk. Yeah, instead of
Yeah.
Stefanski. Also, may I use the restroom?
Yeah,
You
go
want me
ahead.
to?
You
Go
got
ahead, sir.
time.
Thank you.
I'll elaborate more on my next pick. All right. My next pick 7. I have the Washington Commanders taking Sonny Styles, who fell right in their lap. Obviously, he's an athletic freak. He can replace Bobby Wagner, who the Commanders haven't re-signed yet, so they're really just left with Luvu and a couple young guys from the past couple drafts. Um, yeah, I would really just love this fit in Washington for Sonny. I almost said Dan Morgan, but Dan Quinn loves his blitzing, and with Sonny Styles' athleticism, you can blitz a lot with him. Um, they brought in many pieces. He's young. I feel like I feel like Bobby Wagner would be nice to bring back just to develop Sonny, help develop him a little more. Um, yeah, this would just be a match made in heaven for the Commanders. Obviously, early mock drafts, we were 100% going edge rusher here. They brought in 2 edge rushers, which could stop them from taking edge early, unless like Arvell or David Bailey somehow fall to them. But if Sonny Styles was there at pick 7, the Commanders would sprint. Like the clock will go down for like a couple seconds before we see pick is in. Like I feel like that's how much Dan Quinn would love this pick of Sonny Styles. I would like it a lot. My dad's a Commanders fan, so obviously I would be watching a lot of Sonny with the Commanders, and it's just I'm excited to see where he goes and how teams develop him and look to develop him in the NFL.
All right, with my next pick, I'm gonna try and go a little bit long here. But I have Mansoor Delay and go into the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, he's from LSU. I think DJ showing the graphic, so it
Yeah.
says Louisiana State, but we all know what school it is. He comes out of LSU. He's definitely the top corner in this draft. Um, I don't think he's miles ahead of like Jamad McCoy or Colton Hood, but he's definitely the number one corner in this draft. And as much as I'd hate this pick as a Panthers fan, I think it'd be a great selection for the Saints, especially having Kool Aid McKinstry next to him and filling that void for Alontae Taylor, who obviously left to Tennessee. I jotted down some notes right here. He's great with his hands and just pressing off the wide receiver. He has fluid hips, so he's able to be a little bit more elusive, backing up and staying with his receiver and keeping his eye on the quarterback without losing track of the receiver he's guarding. So I think this would be a great selection for them. And let's move on to Ant's pick.
Well, before Ant
Oh,
goes,
oh,
it's actually funny that you mentioned that you don't think he's miles ahead because GMs actually do. They think he's the only corner
Really?
worth taking in the top 15, even 20.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense,
I
honestly.
actually
Like
that's one of the reports I've seen
it
today.
does make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does. But
But go ahead, Ant.
yeah. Anyways, we're on pick 9, right?
Yes, pick 9.
Okay. Anyways, next. We have pick 9 with the Chiefs. We have Francis, Marino, offensive lineman from Miami State. Uh, I have them. I think they prioritize protecting Patrick Mahomes, especially with the what? What happened? Why are you lip? Why are you lip speaking?
I
What, did I
don't
say
think
something wrong?
Miami is a state,
I
Oh
don't think they
shoot!
have a college named Miami State.
and
My
I
bad.
don't think Miami is a state.
My bad. My bad. It was late whenever I did this research. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Um, well, could you mind correcting me instead of sitting there and saying
Out of
Miami's not a
Miami,
state?
Florida.
Just say my just say
The
the
U.
University of yeah, the U. Put up the U.
Thank you, thank you,
Put
thank
up the
you.
U.
Put up the
I'm
U.
not, I'm not putting up the U.
Put up
Put
the
up
Anyways,
the
U.
U.
Put up the U
no,
for him.
no, I'm not
You're
putting
gonna
up
have
the
to
U.
put it up for Ruben Bain.
I'm gonna have to put it up for Ruben
Miami's
Bay
putting it
too.
up for one here
Well,
for
put it
Ruben
up.
Bay. I'm good.
Put it up,
Put it
I'm good,
up.
bro. I'm good.
You
and
s- you s-
you'll get five X's
you
if you
said
don't
Miami
put
State,
the
so you
U
might
up.
put up the
I don't
U.
care, bro.
Put up the U.
I don't care, bro.
Put up the U. You
You're
said
lame,
Miami
bro.
State.
I don't care. I'll be lame. I'll stick. I'll stand on that hill. Anyways, yes, I believe the Chiefs prioritize protecting Patrick Mahomes, and he is literally one of the best offensive tackles or offensive linemen coming out of this draft. So, I think they they literally pick him right there. Like that is the best option to pick. So, yeah, quick and simple.
All right, all right, my next pick is safety Caleb Downs from Ohio State. I have him going to the Giants. Obviously, the Giants didn't have this pick. I always had Caleb Downs going 10 in every mock draft. It was just to a different team, which was the Cincinnati Bengals, who, obviously, if you haven't heard, traded for Dexter Lawrence. They gave pick 10. They gave Dexter Lawrence a $28 million deal. But yeah, Caleb Downs would fit really just everything that the Giants want because he can fill multiple needs. He could be a box safety. He could be a big nickel. He could be the deep safety. He can fill multiple needs. So he's just one of those players there where it's like it's hard to determine because safeties don't really go high in the draft. Like you don't you see them go maybe like 10 to 15 range, like at the earliest, but you don't see them top 10 really. Um, but yeah, I guess this would just be Harbaugh getting his next Kyle Hamilton, is how I would see it. And obviously, he would love that the way they were able to move around Kyle Hamilton, put him in the box, blitz him, put him at the nickel, uh, you know, make him guard tight ends. So I would like this pick for the Giants. He just fell right in your lap. They could have taken him at 5, so getting him at 10 is just a steal to me.
Also, still, I have the Dolphins at 11, and I have them selecting Ruben Bain Jr. out of the U, the Miami State, as Ant said. He's coming out of Miami. Obviously, yeah, he's staying in the city of Miami. I jotted down on my notes. He's the best player available. Honestly, they could go multiple different directions at this pick. They could steal Makai Lemon from the Rams, and he will never be a Ram ever. Or they could go defense and bolster, try and figure out that whole situation at the edge position. But I honestly think it would be a steal, as he was projected to be a top five pick until things happen, and guys usually always fall sometimes. But um, he's he was very physical at Miami, and I feel like um, he could do that as well with the Dolphins. He proved a lot there at Miami as well, getting them to the national championship this past college football season. So I feel like he's just gonna have to do a lot more to prove himself with the Dolphins. But if if they make this pick, I'd I'd be happy about it.
All right. Next we have us, the Rams at pick 13. Getting McCollum in,
Whoa,
wide
whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
receiver.
whoa,
whoa,
wait,
whoa,
wait,
whoa,
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 whoa.
whoa.
It's me. It's me.
It's
It's me. It's
12.
me. It's
Oh,
me.
my
It's
bad.
12.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad.
I picked
I have
12.
like I have after like two, I have
Yeah,
every
it
pick.
gets weird because the Rams have 13.
Yeah.
And but then it fixes right after. But yeah, pick 12, we have the Cowboys taking Jermon McCoy, who obviously we talked about earlier in this video where we made this prior to hearing the news about his knee. Obviously some teams might still take that risk on him, but that you really never know. So I would like this fit for the Cowboys. Obviously, they just hired a defensive back coach. I think his name is Christian Parker from the Eagles. They hired him as their defensive coordinator, so he's obviously going to come in and he's going to prioritize his defensive backs. If you don't know him, he is the one that helped develop Pat Surtain, Cooper DeJean, uh, Quinyon Mitchell. All those guys gave like full credit to Christian Parker. So, and Jamal McCoy, if he didn't have the injury, this would just be like the Cowboys. If they stayed at this pick, they would just love this, um, because he can be locked down. In my opinion, he's the best man corner in this draft. Obviously press man, he can play back a little bit. You can even drop him in some zones. He's just a smart player. And it just sucks that he has the injury problems. And as much as I don't like the Cowboys, this will be a phenomenal pick besides the injuries.
Moving on to my pick, pick 13. We have the Rams. I think. Uh, yes, well, I know, sorry. We have the Rams picking Makai Lemon, wide receiver from USC. Lemon is very highly considered to be a lockdown pick for us at pick 13. Um, but yeah, he's a slot wide receiver. He's pretty small. He's only like 5'11". I think he's only around 200 pounds. And he has very small hands. He's very undersized, considering his height, weight, and hand size. But he is really quick. He's pretty good in man and zone coverage. And he only dropped 3 balls, so he's not that bad. Um, but he also is known for his contested catches, his high vert, and just being a really reliable wide receiver. I think adding him to our wide receiver core, having him under Puka and Adams, I think that'll be a nice little mashup, especially since he is an LA guy himself. So, yeah.
All right. For my next pick at 14, I have the Baltimore Ravens
I love
selecting
this pick.
Oliva Vega. What?
I said I love this pick.
Oh, for the Ravens?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oliva Vega, Ioane, guard out of Penn State. Um, After thinking a lot and a little bit of help from DJ, I think we both agreed that the Ravens don't really have the ideal guards that they currently have right now. And I actually wanted to look up to see if he played a little bit of center at Penn State. He he played a little bit, but I think after the loss of Tyler Linderbaum, you kind of look at that and say maybe we can get this guy to play a little bit of center, but mostly guard, especially when injuries happen. But you could probably experiment with Vega here, and yeah. I do like this pick for them as they just I really don't know who their guards was, so this should be a good pick for them.
Well, yeah, they lost one of the worst guards in the league. They're so glad they did as well.
Who and
Oh,
yeah
Who
who?
did the what guard did the Ravens lose?
oh, uh, Daniel Filelli.
That ain't
They lost to
speaking.
Paulie just to
One of
lose,
Ants
just to
guys.
replace with another
Just
Paulie.
to
It's
replace
crazy.
him with another volley, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it'll be better than Filelli.
Vegas should be better.
Please, terrible.
Thank God. All right, who's next?
Thank DJ.
You know who's next? It's Ant with the Buccaneers.
Oh, I thought it. Yeah, you guys are right.
Oh no, yeah,
It
it
mixes up.
fixes. It fixes
Uh,
Yeah,
right after
fixes
this
right after this one.
okay, so yeah, pick 15. I have ooh, I have Monroe. A feeling. Dang, just a whole bunch of stuff happening in my gut right now. Monroe Freeling from
Fix your
one. Good.
guts.
Georgia. Fix my guts. What am I supposed to do? Pepto Bismol? Anyways,
Yeah.
uh, offense. Freeling is an offensive tackle from Georgia. I think the Bucks go ahead and prioritize uh, uh, the protection of Baker Mayfield, and I feel like Freeling is the next what the next best pick. Oh my god. After Maui Noah and Vega, and yeah, he's a big dude. He's 6 feet 7 inches, and he comes in at a whopping 315 pounds. Would be a nice addition, nice young addition to the uh, Bucks offensive line room, and he does great with the run play. He's really flexible, can get to that second level great, and is really good in pass protection. His biggest downside though is that he can't really handle fast rushers. Sometimes he's a little slow to the feet, or like he's a little slow on the feet, but other than that, he's pretty good. Still a pretty solid guy.
He's also very raw. He's a raw prospect.
Yeah,
Yeah, because honestly, did not hear him a lot of him coming out of
Yeah.
like the initial draft process, but once he came to the combine, that's when like you started getting some
started
notices
popping.
there. But yeah,
At this next pick, I changed it up a little bit. Typically, if you look at mock drafts, you would see the Jets here taking either one of the corners like Jermad before his injuries, if he fell. A wide receiver here, you would see typically Jordan Tyson if he fell. Well, I changed it up a little bit. I gave him Kenyon Sadiq. Like obviously he's a tight end. You don't know how tight ends are valued. Um, but like Kenyon's just he's not just a tight end. You can play him as a big wide receiver, a big slot. You can get him matched up on some very small corners, some slower safeties, and it would just be a match made in heaven for the Jets offense. And I keep saying it because it's true. As a young quarterback's best friend is a tight end, where they're just reliable weapon, and Kenyon Sadiq can be that. Um, Obviously, there's wide receivers like Casey Concepcion, Omar Cooper up here. I can see any of those guys. It's just talent like Kenyon Sadiq with his athleticism, yards after catch ability. I just would like this for the Jets a lot. He falls to them, and no needing to take him early. Just take the guy that falls to you. I feel like that's what the Jets need to take because they have from what I looked, they have two. They have obviously 16. I think they have 33 and then 44. So they have four top 50 picks where I think in all of them they should just take BPA. And Kenyon Sadiq at this point would be BPA.
that we made for them previously,
Mm-hmm.
like it's that crazy to even have picks that close. So I think that's a great selection for them. It's something different. It's definitely something different. It's a different look for that for the Jets. But with my next pick, I have the Detroit Lions selecting Spencer for now, tackle out of Utah. I just kind of quickly wrote something here. I think he'll be a great addition to that offensive line with Panay Sewell. I think he'll because Panay plays left tackle, right? He replaced
Yes.
Taylor
He
Decker.
played right tackle, but yeah, they want to make him a left tackle this
Yeah,
next
so
year or
I
so.
think for now would kind of slide into that right tackle spot. I think for now played
Offensive
left,
line's gonna
if
be
I'm not
crazy.
mistaken.
If I'm
With
not
that
mistaken, I think for
Utah.
now, even is for now the one that worked out as a center at the draft.
I think
Which one
I think
maybe.
was he? The
he
one?
did.
It was one of those
I'm pretty
tackles. Was it
sure.
Lomu? It was him or Lomu that worked out as a center and guard, along with tackle at the combine.
So I did. I think I'd heard something about him being very versatile in that way. So he could actually slot in anywhere because he's 6'6", 302.
Yeah, he did take
Yeah.
snaps at center.
So he could. I mean, K Mays is their new center now, but even then, when he gets hurt, because K Mays
Is
he didn't
injury
get hurt,
prone.
but or he
His
didn't get hurt.
ankle.
Did he get hurt this last year?
His ankle. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. He is very injury prone, so he could slide in there. Um, but I think it would be a good pick for them, especially if he has that versatility. It could be able to play every position on the line. So, and I know they got some free agents as well, but I don't think this stops you from picking the next best offensive lineman. They could go defense here. They could go corner. They could um they could pick an offensive player if they wanted to, if they felt like that. But I think Spencer for now would be a good pick here.
Go back to me.
Back to you.
Yep. Okay.
Yes, because then
As I
it's
thought.
us too.
Yeah. So it goes back to the regular order. Okay.
Yeah, we've
Yes.
been back on
All
the
right.
reg.
So yeah, the pick 18, I had the Vikings taking Colton Hood, cornerback from Tennessee. Hood would fit nicely with the Vikings defense and Brian Flores' scheme, as he likes to be very physical. Um, Hood is a very physical man presser who uses his length to disrupt wide receivers. Um, he competes for a lot of his contested catches, and he's good at limiting the production after catch in man coverage, as well as zone coverage. Hood would be a nice young piece to be added to that Vikings old secondary, and assisting also Byron Murphy, Isaiah Rogers, and yeah, I think Isaiah. Well,
I'm
no,
here.
Isaiah Rogers I think is
Just
older
just know I'm here.
than Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy, but yeah,
All
forgot
right.
to list his height, but
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
At the next pick, pick 19, DJ and Bobby, we're
I'm
here,
here. Don't worry.
and we thought over this. We thought of many positions. Even if Kenyon fell here, me and Bobby were mentioning it. The way our GM Dan Morgan was speaking about our tight end room, it just made it seem like they're not going to be looking at tight end early. Obviously, it could be a smoke screen, and we're trying to get Kenyon. But like to me, he sounded serious, and it sounds like he really wants to upgrade the other spots, and just
Yeah.
he knows tight end isn't that big of a need unless Kenyon Sadiq was generational. Which if he was, he would go top 10. um,
Exactly.
yeah, he's not generational. Like I love Kenyon. I'm gonna love him wherever he goes. But safety is a big need, and Dylan Thieneman can really fill that cover safety need for us. And if this is the pick on Thursday, I would love this. Um, was he invited to the green room? I'm wondering that now.
I don't think. No, no,
He
he
was
was.
not. It was only
He was.
16 guys. He was, yeah. So if we can get him, but yeah, I really love this pick. He fits right next to Javon Merrick, right in there. Even if Javon's out, we got Lathan there, Damani Richardson. We got some safeties. Dylan, I would love this pick. He's shown he can be a leader. He can also tackle. He's not just a cover safety that is gonna miss a lot of tackles. And yeah, basically after a whole bunch of consideration, Dylan would be my favorite pick. As much as I love Kenyon, I think Dylan would have to be the pick for us just because of tight end isn't that big of a need. And you see the best teams in the league, they have an elite defense. And I get having an elite offense is good as well, but you can have a complementary offense and then just have a shutdown defense. Your defense only allows 14 points and your offense only has to score 21. Like, so just I would like that a lot. It just depends on where the Vikings go. Obviously, we have them go Colton Hood here. Who knows? Me and Bobby even mentioned something where we're like, what if we trade up with the Lions just because they're petty and don't want the Vikings to get Dylan Thieneman, which you see that actually happen in the NFL, like where teams will trade to do just so their divisional rival can't get a certain player. So
Yeah,
we'll
but
we'll, we'll
I
see
think
what
we've done that
happens. I
before,
think we've
plenty
done it.
plenty of times.
We've taken players so other teams don't take them, like
Didn't we
Terrence
do that
Marshall
with
Jr.
goddamn
Terrence Marshall
Terrace
Jr.
Marshall?
We took him right before the
The
Saints
Saints
game.
could, yeah, we
Yep.
did that. But for me, I like, and this is where the why is the draft so unpredictable? It's literally because of this situation. When I heard that question, I was like, we're literally in that position where we could go any player because we kind of filled certain spots that we need that some people thought we needed in the draft. Like earlier it was going to be linebacker, but now that we have our linebacker, we kind of just negated all that. And then when it came to safety, we obviously didn't get a safety in free agency now. So that kind of brought in the idea. Oh, Emmanuel McNeil Warren was definitely a pick there. Dylan Thieneman, who kind of rose up in the ranks. So I think it would be a great selection. I would have been be mad at the pick. Um, like DJ said, he's a good cover safety, something different from the hard hitters that we have at the safety position with Lathan Ransom and Trayvon Morig. Even though he can play coverage, but he plays more in the box. And same thing with Lathan and Damani Richardson is still like very raw to a sense. But I think it'd be a great selection. The Panthers really could go anywhere here, but Dylan Thieneman would be a really solid pick here. Well, for me, I got to talk more. So I have the Cowboys selecting Keldrick Folk, defensive end out of Auburn. I think they do need some edge depth. Obviously, Folk would probably be like the third guy in that rotation. He'll probably be on the field a lot too with his size. I think last time I remember he was like 6'6" at
Yeah,
the edge
he's
position.
huge. He has the
So
athletics.
yeah, he's very athletic, and he has the ability to bat down balls. Um, Very much what he did at Auburn. So pairing him up with Rashawn, didn't Rashawn Gary get hurt?
Rashawn, is he already hurt?
I don't know. I feel like he got hurt at some point.
He probably has.
But and Donovan Ezraku's still there. Their rookie from last year. He's headed into his second season. So season. Wow, I sound like Ant. W string.
Stray.
W string. I feel like this pick could bolster up that whole position right there. And they didn't. They were terrible coming after the quarterback this past season. They literally. I couldn't. I looked it up, but I didn't write it down on my document here, but I just looked it up and they were absolutely terrible getting to the quarterback and creating pressure. So I feel like Coach Folk has that ability.
All right, and for pick 21, I have the Steelers. Uh, ooh, dang, I have the Steelers picking Caden Proctor. I talked to the guys, asked what could be their biggest need, and they said offensive lineman. So yeah, selectively, we all as a group collectively, not selectively, collectively chose Caden Proctor, coming from Alabama. Uh, I do think that he's the third best O lineman in this draft. So I think if I were the Steelers, I would definitely go after and prioritize protecting whoever the QB is going to be, if it's going to be Aaron Rodgers or whoever. As I known from all these O lines, like looking into them, they're really light on their feet. He's considered to be really light on his feet, but he is really big though, 6'6", weighing in at a whopping 252 pounds. Um, Especially with the injury of their uh, starting offensive tackle Broderick Jones. I don't know if he's
Yep.
still currently injured or yeah, but let's see. He has a strong base, strong hands. He's able to just off balance defenders with his hands. He just has brick for hands. Like he's just big. I've seen some of his film. He's really dominant. Um, his NFL pro comp is actually Jordan Mailata, which is funny. Like big, both big Bohemians. But yeah, it would be a nice piece to that. Like wouldn't say strangling O line, but you know they really need the depth. So yeah.
All right, that brings up me with my next pick, which is going to be the Chargers taking offensive lineman Caleb Lomu. He did play on that right side at Utah. He's also a little versatile. I think he projects to be a guard in the league, which is the Chargers may need. Obviously, they don't need tackle; they need tackle depth, but you don't take tackle depth in the first round. because they have Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, both very good tackles that are just injury prone. So if an injury does happen, you can slide Caleb Lomu back out there. But I feel like his starting position, especially with the Chargers, would be a guard. It's just one of their biggest needs. They want to protect Herbert. You really need to protect Herbert this year. Guys be coming for the quarterback. You need someone that's gonna go out there and just gonna go lay it all on the line every game. And Caleb Lumu does that. He's a dog. He's gonna get his hands in there, get physical with defensive linemen. So I would like this pick with Caleb Lomu going to the Chargers.
All right, with my next pick, the third tackle in a row, I gave the Philadelphia Eagles with the help of DJ because he specifically said that Lane Johnson's not getting any younger, or yeah, not getting any younger. Bro's
Yeah.
35. He's old. So I wouldn't say this is a reach because he's kind of jumped up in his stock as well. Max Ihanichor. I had to look it up to make sure how to pronounce it. So that's how you pronounce it. Ihanichor. If I'm yeah,
Yeah.
Ihanichor. There we go. The Eagles are very good at finding prospects at the offensive line position, and I feel like this would be a really good selection for them. I looked at his film. I was immediately impressed with what he could do. Gets off the line quick. He could hold his blocks very well. Obviously, you can't hold your blocks forever, so there's obviously going to be mistakes there. But pretty big dude as well. Um, and yeah, he would probably fill that spot in once Lane Johnson probably retires. But I was really impressed by the film I was able to watch of him, and this should be a really good pick for them.
All right, and it's me, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So make sure they didn't intrude anything. Anyways, yeah, pick 24. I have the Browns again. But yeah, we're still on the offensive side this time. Again, sorry, this time again. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yes, I have the Browns taking Chase Basantes, Basantes, Basantes.
Four in a row. I can't hold.
Yeah,
Four in a row.
there's
Four
a bunch of
linemen.
there's a bunch of bunch of O-tacs going in this draft. I like it.
Me too.
I like my big dudes. Anyways, um, that sounded crazy out of context, but yes, Browns. I have them taking Chase Basantes, offensive tackle from Texas A&M. Um, I think the next thing for the Browns is to get O-line depth, as their O-line is either injured or just getting old, or their contracts are just soon to be expired. Uh, as they're drafting, I think they're looking for more protection for Sanders, so he'll be a nice little addition to their O-line. He's really good for the run play. He's steady in the pass play, but yeah, he comes in as a big 6'5", weighing in at 315. Um, he's a blaze, solid base and flexible hips. There are some negatives that he is a little slow on the hands sometimes. Sometimes he would allow defenders to get into his arms, but you know he'll be able to bounce back after that. So yeah, I think they'll be a nice little fit for the big old tack right there.
All right, that brings up me with my next pick, and it's going to be the Chicago Bears taking defensive end TJ Parker from Clemson. TJ Parker has had a weird draft just time where it's like, there's times where you see him top 20, even top 15, and then now you see we have him at 25. It's really just like we said earlier with why the draft is so unpredictable. It's really based off team needs, and the Bears have been looking for that edge rusher next to Montez Sweat, and TJ Parker would be that. Obviously, he'll take a little development. Every young prospect's gonna take a little development. So no matter what, like you're gonna have to develop them, but he would be a nice running mate with Montez. He has the physical tools. He's tall enough. I think from what I've seen from him, he fits Dennis Allen's scheme um, as a defensive coordinator. And Yeah, the Bears would be lucky to get TJ Parker here. I've also mocked them defensive tackles in previous mock drafts. It's just something they can also use, as the Grady Jarrett contract does not seem like it fully panned out or is gonna pan out. So we'll see what they do with that. So with the Bears here, I have them taking TJ Parker here, but I could see multiple positions, including defensive tackle or even safety.
All right, with 26, I have the Buffalo Bills once again taking KC Concepcion. On the graphic, it says Kevin KC Concepcion, so that was
That's his
funny.
name.
Yes, that's his name, Kevin. I'm just basically gonna reiterate what I've said before. Like it's not like a crazy positional need. I know they have DJ Moore. They traded for DJ Moore, so that kind of maybe defeats the whole purpose of even selecting KC. But this is the best wide receiver you could take. Maybe Denzel Boston as well, just to have a big body receiver. But Casey Concepcion offers that speed, offers that down the field ability to catch deep passes, and yeah, and I just think, well, DJ gave me the pick. On honestly, I can't lie to you because he was like,
Yeah.
I know who you're gonna give them, so don't
Like
even put
because
nothing.
like with
But
the Bills, it's weird because
yeah,
like I know, like Bobby said, we know they have DJ Moore, they have these guys, but none of those guys are true wide receiver ones. KC can be a wide receiver one.
you really can. You
Like
really
DJ Moore, obviously he's a good wide receiver, but I don't think he's a wide receiver one in my opinion. So
yeah. And if you wanted to go a different position, you could go corner, and you could
hmm
take a Avion Terrell. You could take who's the next best corner here? Brandon Cisse, who will be mentioned later. But you could take any of those guys. You could take a safety like Emmanuel McNeil Warren, but Casey Concepcion is the next best wide receiver here at this position. So why not just take a shot at him at 26?
yeah, also here before Ant goes, I could see them just thought of it. We don't have this guy in the first round like we did last time, but Akeem Mesidor, the Bills are in that win now mode. Akeem
They are
Mesidor is an older prospect, so that would be their type of fit, like where, they want a guy that they don't have to come in and develop, a guy that can just come in and be that guy.
right.
But go ahead,
Dang,
Ant.
we forgot to keep a Mesidor.
Thank you. Pick
You're not
27.
welcome.
Okay. Taking DJ's notes tonight. Anyways, pick 27. I have opposition. The opposition. The Niners. The Niners taking Omar Cooper Jr. Or as I just kept as I typed his name out here, I just called him OCJ. Didn't feel like typing his whole thing. Anyways,
They're
he's a
probably
water.
calling him that in the league too.
Yeah, I see that. But yeah, he's a wide receiver from Indiana, not India, not Indiana, nor however I spelled it yesterday. It was just like I had like 5 different typos of Indiana. Anyways, I see the 49ers taking OCJ as their young and explosive wide receiver option. For Purdy, OCJ comes at a solid 6 foot, weighing only 199 pounds. But him having such a small figure for a wide receiver, don't let that fool you. He's a very strong blocking wide receiver. He might not, hit all the blocks. That's one of his negatives is that he might miss a few blocks, but he is pretty good. He's good in both zone and man. Um, Using his high vert because he has a pretty high vert of 37 inches. Well, actually, I don't know if that's high or not, but he's also a really good yak receiver. Yards after catch. He's known to be hard. He's what? Pause. Anyways, he's known. he's he's known to hard. How I'm supposed to word this correctly. He's known to being hard to tackle. Yeah,
Yeah.
because of
Yeah,
his physicality. Oh my god, that sounded wrong in every universe I was trying to say this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Him backing up who are the Niners wide receivers? Brandon Ayuk and
Brandon Ayuk will not be on
Brandon
the team.
Ayuk is not on that team.
oh well, I don't know who else is on there besides Brandon Ayuk.
DJ,
Yeah.
just I'm blocking you tonight, dude.
What?
You're getting blocked tonight.
All right, guys. In my next pick, I have the Houston Texans selecting defensive tackle Peter Woods from Clemson, another Clemson guy. For me, I keep saying it. look at the best teams in the league. Look at their interior defensive line. It's dominant. You know, the Texans have like a Sheldon Rankins. They have young, or they have like those guys. But Peter Woods would go in and would change everything. You know, he can come in. He could be a pass rusher. He's a very good run stopper. He's huge as well. Um, you know, not even just a nose tackle. You know, you can probably match him up against some tackles every once in a while, and he'll be able to get away with it. But yeah, this would just be one of those picks that it's just BPA. Like if Peter Woods falls to you, you just take him, and then you worry about the position battles later. I've learned that some teams do that a lot, where they're like, "Who cares if we have 7 wide receivers and we're drafting another one? We'll figure that out later." So I feel like the Texans could do something like that. Obviously, they do have a defensive minded head coach. It's interesting because early mock drafts, this was 100% offensive lineman, but they low key did stack up their offensive line in free agency, bringing in guys like they brought back Ed Ingram, they brought in Wyatt Teller, they also brought in Braden Smith from the Colts. So that's already two new offensive linemen and bringing one back. So I don't know if they would really go offensive line early here, as even last year they went with Ariante Ursary early in the second round. So yeah, this would just be BPA for me here for the Texans, and I would like this fit a lot. It would be a scary defensive line with Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, Peter Woods, Sheldon Rankins. There, that is a scary defensive line that I would not want to face. You're not getting no rush yards. You're not even getting the ball off the pass. So, and I feel like that's what the Texans do. They'll be like, "Yo, imagine this defensive line." So, yeah, Peter Woods, I have going to the Texans.
That means Ants next.
Yep, because
Dang,
it's
I've been on a long break
Oh,
here.
wonky ending. Anyways, thought it was Bobby next, but DJ, you're not touching the mic. No, not touching the mic.
What does that mean?
Responding to the reel he just sent me like
Oh,
5 minutes ago. Anyways, yes, pick 29.
why am I
The
gonna die
shit.
though, or why am I getting blocked?
Yeah, DJ. I mean,
shoot.
yeah,
Do you
Bobby.
want to get put on a shirt for that?
DJ bait, bro. Worst bait. Worse than rage bait. Anyways,
It's worse.
um, pick 29. Yes, again the Chiefs. Uh, how do I word this? They have Denzel. Or I have them taking Denzel Boston, wide receiver from Washington. Again, I see the Chiefs prioritizing offense this time in the wide receiver room. I see them taking Denzel Boston from Washington State. Boston coming in at whopping 6'4" weighing at 212 pounds. He is known for excelling in zone defenses and creating windows for the QB. A little fun fact is that he's where's that sentence at? He's known for adjusting the balls if it's a bad pass. It's a crazy thing to say, but yeah, he's willing to sit there and adjust the ball if it's a bad pass. Don't really know how to unfreakalize that, but he's also really good at he has really good yak ability. He's big and strong. Loves to go up there for the contested balls. Has a nice revert. Didn't put down his vert. But yeah, they compared him to Cortland Sutton. I think this is the best fit for the Chiefs, especially with their wide receiver room. As uh, well, uh, Rashi Rice is dealing with legal issues, real legal issues, and Xavier Worthy is not really worthy. He's more like a wide receiver too. I low-key think Boston could be that wide receiver one for them, but who knows? Not me. Anyways, continue.
I think you should know. But for my last guy, at pick 30, I have the Miami Dolphins taking another Clemson guy in Avion Terrell. He almost fell out of the first round, which is crazy. But same as their need at edge, I feel like they also need a corner. Avion is definitely one of those corners. He was initially supposed to be a top five or a top 10 pick. Top five is crazy. He could have been top five too as well, but top 10 like 15 range. But Clemson. We keep on saying this. Clemson had a bad season. That also um, plays a factor into the whole draft process. But uh, I forgot my train of thought. He's an elite talent, and at his position, He's one of the few corners that are probably might get drafted in the first round, along with Colton Hood, and who knows if Jermon McCoy is going to be able to even get drafted in the first round. But he definitely has the talent and the ability to be a really good corner in this league, and I think the Dolphins picking him here at 30 would be a nice selection, as they really don't have any corners. They could have won safety as well. DJ is going to mention the guys soon. Actually, with the next pick, if I'm not mistaken. So let's move to DJ.
All right, and yeah, I am next. And with the 31st pick, I have the Patriots selecting Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety from Toledo. I would like this pick a lot because safety is not like a huge need, but it's one of those needs where it's like, hey, like a guy like Emmanuel McNeil Warren falling to you, because he doesn't have to be the best cover safety. As they brought in Kevin Byard, who's probably the best cover safety in the league last year, after losing Jalen Hawkins. So yeah, I would really like Emmanuel McNeil Warren for the Patriots. He can come in, he can go lay some hits. You can even slide him at the nickel at times. He does struggle against faster wide receivers, so you just make sure he's not matched up against those, or be ready to switch off those. But yeah, he would come in. He could be a nice little young leader. I do like guys that can be like a leader as rookies. Not trying to mention the Panthers a lot, but Nick Scourton took control. He called the team out at times last year, like where we came to practice all lazy and stuff. So and I know Emmanuel McNeil Warren will be one of those guys where he's gonna hold his teammates accountable, even though he's a rookie, and that's just something you don't really see nowadays. Usually you'll see it from at least second year guys, but rookies, usually they'll tell the rookies to chill out. But I really love rookies that will take control and take command if they need to, and I know Emmanuel McNeil Warren will, and that's why I really like this pick for the Patriots.
All right. Wow. DJ really had to hit me with this one. Ending off the draft with the Seahawks, another rivalry of the Rams. Uh, at the what? The 30 the 32nd pick. Oh my gosh. I have the Seahawks taking Brandon Cisse, the cornerback from South Carolina. I think the Seahawks will go ahead and take Cisse. Um, as their former corner, Enrique Woolen has left or been traded away.
He left.
Continue on. He left. Wow. Cisse coming in at a solid 6 foot, weighing 189 pounds. He's able to reroute wide receivers when it comes to man press, and is able to read plays quickly whenever it comes to off balling. Um, he has his ability to use his long arms whenever he's trailing behind, or use his high vert whenever it comes to contesting balls. But some of the negatives that he has hmm, is that he grabs the jersey at the top of the route sometimes, and um, he's not really known for being a good tackler because he does tackle towards the ankles. Um, what else? Um, and he can't really deal with good, like quick, shifty wide receivers. So I think him going to the Seahawks, him being under the wing of Akello Witherspoon.
Devon,
Uh, oh, my bad,
Devon Witherspoon.
Devon Witherspoon, wrong Witherspoon. But
Is a Keller on the Seahawks?
no, Akello's with us.
No.
Sorry, but yeah. Anyways, wrong Witherspoon. But I think him under Devon Witherspoon, I think it'll definitely help tweak his little negativities or negative things. So yeah, and that completes the draft for us.
Yes, that does. All
That
right.
that
Well,
does.
and that'll conclude this episode here. Make sure to comment down below if you agree with some of our picks or agree with some of our takes. Don't forget, we have the draft stream this coming Thursday on the draft at 4 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. We'll be
Yes.
in there as early as 4, maybe 4:30.
One more video will be coming out where we'll be doing separate mock drafts ourselves.
Yeah,
Hopefully, I'm gonna keep joking on it and doesn't leave off a guy like Abdul Carter like he did last year. Bro's gonna leave off Arvell Reese out of nowhere.
just
You know what? I'm gonna leave off Makai Lemon, bro. I'm gonna have us draft somewhere else. Like,
dang, that's rude.
it's not rude.
But
He's
yeah,
lemon. He's sour. Get it? Because he's living, he's sour.
It's
Anyways,
almost 2 a.m. I'm ready to go to sleep. But yeah, make sure to go hit the draft stream if you want to watch. If you want to join, let us know. And we'll catch y'all on the next mock draft
later.
later.